I wanted to go to Somalia. I didn't beyond Somalia, and I wanted to go there on foot. I didn't want to see anybody ever again.
One day I went and bought rat. No, he says, 10 bob. I bought. Nikangoja wazazi wangu alale. We used to live with them. Yeah. Nililala nikeka maji na hiyo nini. I give him that story and he's like, wow. Oh my God. We went to an extreme. And I drank.
Mimi ni wale watu nilikuwa naambia watu, ai, mna break up. How? Si mu communicate. Si mu understandiane, as in you forgive unconditionally.
Wow.
Guy. Sasa saizi siku sio gagi. Tabia mtu hugs.
What's up everybody? Thank you so much for joining me on another episode. If you're new here, karibu sana. My name is Rosita. I'm very excited about today's episode because y'all, as you already know, one of my favorite segments to talk about is love, relationships, and marriage. And so on today's episode, I have an amazing, vibrant young couple here with me on set, and they're going to be sharing with us their love truth. You know, that's how I call it, or their love story if you like. So without wasting much time, I will invite them so that they can introduce themselves. Karibuni sana.
Thank you for having us.
Wameniambia they are the Davids. Moja anataka Davids, mwingine anataka Kihois. So karibuni.
Thank you, Rosita.
Please introduce yourself to our audience. Venye mnataka wawajue.
Okay. So we start with ladies first.
Men before.
Yeah, so I'm David Kihoi Masharia. Yes.
There's more.
More.
Yeah.
What more?
CEO of.
Yes. Yes, I'm into branding. So we do a lot of branding of stuff, promotional materials, and also of customized gifts and all that. Yeah, that is what I do. Yeah, and I'm also married to this beautiful lady next to me.
Oh.
Wow. My name is Maureen David. He's the David, and we are humbled to be here. Yeah, we are so expectant.
Yeah.
We can't wait to share.
Karibuni. I'm so excited. I have already, you know, there's a way you can look at a couple and you can tell these guys are truly in love. These guys were truly meant to be together. Na kuna wengine unaweza angalia unajiuliza kwani walilazimishwa, you know. But for you guys, oh, I love your energy.
Thank you.
And I'm just curious to know, how did you get here? But before we get into the story, for the sake of our audience, please tell us, for how long have you been married?
Today we are turning 6 months.
Oh,
A day like today, 6 months ago.
6 months anniversary.
We were going down.
How did that feel?
Oh, it was nice. It was a nice experience.
Okay. So, how did you guys meet? Tuanze na mwanaume leo.
Na mnaonea boys sana.
Hapana, we're giving you the chance.
Yeah, please.
Kuna vile mmeambiana behind the curtains. Anyway, how did I meet Maureen?
Yeah.
So me, when I was in, we met in KU.
Oh, so, you in KU?
Yeah, I was in KU.
Oh, I didn't know.
I'm talking about you, Rosita.
Oh.
Yeah. We met with Rosita in KU.
Okay.
But you're also in KU.
She was also in KU. So now, through my KU days, we did a lot of missions. I served with Get On and also with the Christian Union.
Yes.
So there was a very vibrant team that they were calling Mwangaza Youth Fellowship. Currently they call it MYF. So through MYF, she was the vice chair of the team back then. And we would do a lot of collabos. When we get a missions, naichangamkia tukiwa watu wawili. So we had interactions, but hizo zilikuwa kwa ubali and sikuwa nimemfikiria.
Uko unamwangalia kivo.
Hiyo macho Sasa unaona. So now later on in Facebook I do a lot of encouragements and mentorship through my Facebook account. And that is when now I was doing what I do best, and especially that time I was going through a breakup, you know. So me, I'm there like naji encourage, and I'm using my situation to encourage other people.
The way when a relationship fails, you become a motivation.
So I was at my best that time, you know, telling people, you know.
It happened.
And as I was doing that, kumbe somebody was following, and she was going through the same thing. So every time I speak, it's kinda, she's like, kwani David anajua Kenya napitia. Kwani ana, you know, and the way even she would comment, actually she would revisit those posts, na nione comments again. She would comment, long comments, and then I'm there wondering, as in the vice chair lady, you know, like, hey, she's even commenting in my post, you know. And you know, we continued on, and finally we went to the next level, inbox now.
Okay.
Yeah, and we chatted, and nikamwambia sasa zile ma digits sasa hizo, you know, and she gladly did it.
Okay.
And one thing led to
another. And what's your version? Because najua mko na different versions.
Maybe tukiwa missions. Kuna
personally, I say that question for me, it's a bit hard to answer somebody how we met, because us it's a series. As you're saying, before then I had seen him come, and I knew he's dating so and so. So I respected him, man of God. I'm like, yeah, so they're there. Personally, I was also dating. So we were just friends. But I used to admire him from afar, the way he loves God. You know, you can just look at somebody, the way they love God, the way they serve God, and they have a heart for God, they hunger for God. But I didn't have any attachments. So when I got when I was in my breakup session, that period, he's sending messages, and I'm feeling, wow, maybe God, you have used this man this much out to my to my heart. And we talked, but at that point I was in that position that I don't want to ever see a man. Because my heart was like, I will never date. I just want friends. Actually, remember,
breakups always leave people wounded, and
you just don't want to ever see a man. Then you just want to feel that you have friends, but don't date. So for me, when I even saw him later on, when he came to my inbox, we became friends for around 6 months, as in no attachments, nothing, because for me, I knew I can never have a man. I can never go back to where I came from. So after that, we dated for two years, and then one thing led to another, and here we are.
Now, it's such an interesting coincidence that both of you were in different relationships, and both of you broke up from those relationships
almost the same time.
See, God. Now
God works in mysterious ways.
I know.
Now,
and I'm glad some things happened.
Now you can see the goodness. But when you go back to that moment, what is that one thing that made you think that I would never want to be in a relationship again? What pushed you to that extent? Because I know so many people go through breakups, even divorce, and they say, mimi na wanaume, we are done. Mimi na wanawake,
kaput.
So what pushed you to that extent?
Wow. For me, what made me say I'll never date, those people, if I love you, Rosita, today, I have loved.
Okay.
I can even buy the whole world for you because I love you.
Yes.
And I remember when we had those shakeups, one day I went and bought rat. No, it's about 10 bob. I bought. Nikangoja wazazi wangu walale. We used to live with them.
Yeah.
When you walilala nikeka maji. Na hiyo nini. I give him that story and he's like, wow.
Oh my God.
You went to an extreme. And I drank.
You did?
I drank.
And
I always tell people this word that says you shall drink poison,
and it shall not harm you.
It shall not. That word is real. I remember at around Rosita, I woke up And I could remember God reminded me of the times he has fought for me, and I'm about to lose this. No, this body does not belong to myself.
Yes.
It belongs to him. But I've decided to take it upon myself just because of love. And because I felt, Maureen, you're losing it for love. And I could now remember there is more. I have people who are looking up to me. And I promised myself I just want friends, but no love. Because I knew where I was pushed. I remember there are times out of that desperation, I could not speak out. I could go to the hospital, nagonjeka ulcers. My parents wanalala hosi. My dad, because haizi lala ndani ya hosi, ni ward ya mama, analala kwa gari, anateremsha kiti analala hapo. My mom ako busy na mimi ananikalisha na eko drip. And I remember one day my mom saying in Kikuyu, yani huyo mwenye anafanya ukue hapa anakula ugali, sasa zenye wazazi wako wanadungwa wanakula na mbu huku nje. And she said, and I felt bad. I felt I'm taking people through some issues that was not necessary if I had to avoid it. So for me, that was a no goes on love. Wacha tuachie wengine.
Oh my God. How about you? Wewe ulikunywa rat-rat?
Wacha tusikie. Ni Julia.
Kwani mimi ni mwanamke?
You sure?
Yeah, but you know, those are everybody finds themselves in such situations. And mostly it's not something that you do at your best. It's not something that you do at your right mind. I guess especially because of how sometimes you are, carried by those, love moments, those relationships and all that. So now when that thing now all of a sudden, gets out of your hands, sometimes emotionally you are not stable. So for me, I remember when that incident happened for my case, I don't know, I was in denial. And I was feeling now this one cannot happen to me. And you see, my challenge is, of course I'd been active in Facebook. And I guess to some extent, I also was public about my relationship. And I guess, okay, I don't know, that's something actually I would advise people before you get to a certain level. You need to handle it with a lot of wisdom, because at that point of dating, you guys are not sure about what the future holds. You're still getting to know each other, and it's okay to break up. It's okay to end something, especially when you realize you are not compatible. It's okay to meet and say, well, tumejaribu and it's not workable, and because both of you are mature, you're able to make the best. Because you see now, once you get to marriage, it's better a broken relationship than a broken marriage. So when we get to marriage, you should know it's until death do you part. But when you're still dating, there's still a chance. Now for me, I guess I was overwhelmed, and for me, I remember I was in my office that time, and now the information now got to me in whichever way, and now it was clear that it's over, and of course something I had been feeling, because of course so
there are those, you had seen it coming.
Of course. And and there's a way sometimes you feel you are the one in that relationship, and and of course you want to fight for the love and all that. But at some point you can tell, and of course there's a lot, and I don't think we are ready maybe to talk about that, but it's a story. There's a story behind, and but it is still God working in his mysterious ways, to position each of us where we belong. So now when I got that information, I was in my office. I got, I don't know, it came out of a sudden, and I was feeling, no, this one cannot happen, and it's that time, people know, and even I had gone to an extent of making the proposal. So already actually what guys were waiting for now is Mushere, now after this Mushere, Sasa, and we had actually been in prayer. We were praying for the wedding plans, na mnasema hii mwaka situanzia na maombi, tuombe alafu sasa tuanze mipango. So we were at that point, and for me, I had not maybe seen it coming, so now it is here. I had not, like, what do I say, okay, I had suspect, but it was not like itakuja this soon, like, you know, you are in denial somehow, you know, and you know, in fact, like at that point, we had taken up like a break of some sort. With like a certain date, I'll give you a feedback on that. But now that one even came even before that, you know. And I don't know, I got carried away, like it was so heavy for me. And I remember that time I started a journey. I wanted to go to Somalia. I didn't go to Somalia, and I wanted to go there on foot. I didn't want to see anybody ever again. Alafu sasa nile unashindwa tutaambia watu nini? Na nyinyi ndio mna trend huko, you know. So I started a journey. Nikaanzia from where I was, that back I was in Roiro. Na nikaanza sasa kwenda. So sasa when nilifika pale Small Mall, I felt ama hii maisha tu tuimalizie tu hapa, as in, and you see, of course, mostly we have the fear of pain. You fear pain, you fear that season, you feel like you imagine what is about to come, and all the stories you've had. I've najua, of course, I've been helping people, coaching people in relationships and all that. So every time somebody is telling you they're going through a breakup, you know the pain that comes with that. And of course, I thank God that one happened to me, because before, mi ni wale watu nilikuwa naambia watu, ai, mna break up. How? Si mu communicate. Simu understandiane, as in you forgive unconditionally.
Wow.
Guy. Sasa sisi sio gani. Tabia mtu hands.
Unaambia kazana. Tunaelewa.
So sasa tulifika Small Mall, nikapata idea. Nikaiza hizi unajua even the speed gari zinapita nayo hapo, ulikuwa tu nikichomoka tu hivyo nitapitwa na mimi. Nitapitwa na mimi naishia hapo. So I tried that, alafu nikasema hapana. Text the book kwanza wacha nisome vizuri, wacha nisome maybe ni mimi naishika vibaya. And I felt there's a hotel I loved so much, ile ya Chris Lewis pale Roiro. In fact yesterday nikamwambia my dear nipitia hapo, and I went specifically to that spot just to refresh those memories and all that, because that's where also during after breakup all those moments sana nikiwa single tena, and nilikuwa na spend out of time hapo. So I have very fond memories. So nikaenda hapo yesterday, and you know it was just nice. So tulikuwa tumefika wapi? Now nimefika Chris Lewis. Small Mall, nimeona hapa hiyo nimetake a break. Sasa suicide hapana. So nikaona wacha let me take my time and analyze the situation. Nione kama kabisa it is as it seems. So when nilienda pale nikakutana na another guy. Na hakujua, but I came to tell him later. He didn't know that I was struggling with the suicidal thoughts. So jamaa alianza sasa kuni encourage. You know, of course ni venye anaongea. You know, like I had gotten into real estate that time. Yes. And that I was doing it full time, so I do it part time. Now I had gotten into the industry, na he had known that. So alikuwa ananiambia na ujue huku nakuwa na pesa. Na sasa huku sasa ni inabidi hata ile jio unapitanga usi unapita hiyo barabara ama uchezange na mind za watu wasikuzoee unapitanga hiyo this particular road. Akaniambia mpaka venye fanya inabidi fike mahali mpaka kuwa na buduki, you need to get a gun like secure private, you know. They go anaongea, he didn't know, but he was building hope in me. He was like assuring me the future is bright. Isi mwisho yako and all that. So as he spoke, he neutralized the suicidal thoughts. And after that, I went back to work. I worked like that was one of those days. Actually, I made a lot of nini. No, ile usikia kabisa. Yeah. And in the evening, I was actually to preach somewhere. Moto alikuwa ameniita, I minister. I preached. I preached. Ni kama kuvend, kama una so unahubiri, and after that unachomoka unaenda. But then ukifika nyumbani unakuwa hit tena. And then actually I had to push when we are going to meet up, so that now she can stamp those words. And for sure that was it. And I had to like now come to terms with that. It took me time to like come to terms with that, because even her, she was a bit confused while she closed over, and she was at that point like, have I made a mistake? You know, all that. And one thing led to another. And I remember it was a very tough season for me because I remember I didn't want to talk to people. I just wanted to be alone. At the church nikienda, you know, natoka mapemba ili nisizalibiana watu pale. Alafu huko kwanza pastor akita utakola.
Unaenda.
Hata kama ni mama. Kuna mama hapa hajakuwa akilala na umekuwa ukisikia mambo suicidal. Na tu alafu kuna kitu kilikuwa tabu kama za pastor akiwekelea mkono hapo na anakuombea unalia. You know. And I went through that season, and I thank God for those friends who are there for me, and they knew what I was going through. Like there are two of them who really, you know, stood with me. People who discover here tele, so needed minutes, you know, and ilifika mahali they had to hit me with the truth that you have to accept that this has happened, and she's gone. You know, and that's when I realized, and that was 3 months after the breakup. That's when I accepted. And once I accepted, now healing began from there. I didn't take much time. Then I was back. Yeah, but now you see the struggle of I was in public and people know that I had been dating so and so.
I think that was the toughest part of the breakup.
Yes, you know. And at that time also, God blessed her. So immediately she was now in the other, you know, relationship, and of course they started the wedding plans. So you can literally see even Menda Russia. And I remember it was so painful sometimes looking at those photo. But I remember a friend of mine told me, pray for them and wish them well. So I look at those their photo and I would cry, literally cry. And as I'm doing that, I'm still wishing them well. May they prosper, may they go far, you know. And through doing that, I realized I did that until I no longer felt the pain. I hate. So later I meet even the guy and I'm like, you know, we say hi and we interact and we laugh. And even the lady when we met, like we were just happy and all that. And we released each other well and all that. So, and you realize she's happy where she is. I'm happy where I am.
Of course.
And you're like, I'm glad it happened because everything fell in place. Because if that would not have happened, I'd not be having this yes, all things working together for good. Yeah, but the transitions, they are not always easy. But with God, you are able to, able to navigate.
So how long did it take for you to now start thinking of your next relationship?
One of my mentors, and I believe it's good to surround yourself with mentors who can really help you. In fact, we are meeting one of them today. So he told me that give yourself time until you are numb. He used that word. Numb ni kusema the way you used to feel about that lady, you no longer feel that way. So I gave myself time, close to an year also, and I didn't want a rebound. Because rebounds are always terrible because you're not at your best. Sometimes you are seeking comfort and then you go to the wrong people.
And
so
you end up hurting them.
You end up hurting them. And actually if somebody is out there and you're feeling it's a rebound, the earlier you leave the better, so that you don't go deep into that. And it's okay even to confess to the other party that it's really a rebound and I feel maybe this might not work. You know, and after 1 year, you know, that's when now watu wengine stataja majina started popping up. And I was feeling now I'm good, I'm myself, I'm back preaching, back doing what.
And for you, how long did it take?
Number one, as you're saying about rebound, for me I think my relationship was also public, and for me I was like, I really avoided that question, and I went the wrong way. For me, I chose rebound. And it didn't go well, I can tell you. It didn't. Because I was looking, why am I here? And after sasa, I realized myself that this is not love. Because for me, just because I felt I needed somebody to tell me. You know, for us ladies, you want somebody to tell you, you was smart, I love you. You see? So for me, penye tu niliona ingine, nikaka hapo. And the reality hit. I am doing the wrong thing.
This
a
is
man.
not right.
And I told him no. But that person, kumbe alikuwa sha fall in love. Na mimi siko. So when I told him, I'm in the wrong place. I just want to heal. So for me, I was healing from both.
Yeah.
And number 3, I was feeling bad that I wasted somebody's time. Not kind one man and feelings. Because for me, I think I wanted somewhere. Nasikia hizo words. Yani kitu ita replace
distraction.
Exactly. And that's the point he's saying. Accept. You know, at times the Bible says that all works together for good.
True.
And he says that, for I know the plans I have for you. The plans for good. You may not understand why. Yeah. But there are times I tell myself, if only I had done anything wrong, any mistake tu kamoja ni miss, I will forever remain yani ku regret. At times accept the pain, accept to be left. Make yourself proud. I tell the ladies, go take yourself out. By the way, remember, ndio ni heal. Nilijiangalia kwa kioo. Nikajambia Maureen, hakuna msichana mwingine mrembo kama wewe. Wewe ndio unafaa. Nikajipeleka hoteli.
Ni ukweli ni mrembo.
Ni mrembo kweli.
With that God. You're also beautiful.
Thank you.
So yeah, we have to acknowledge that.
Exactly.
Our host is beautiful. So you take yourself out. Make yourself dream big. Think of those things you want to do. Take your treat yourself. Wacha mwanaume akikuja asipate mtu wounded, broken. Wacha apate mtu complete ili uweze kumcompliment.
Amazing.
Yeah.
My wisdom. So when you are single now, mshamaliza hizo ma breakups, what is the one thing yenye ilikufanya ujue, this could be the man for me?
For me, it's funny. My story is a bit funny because number 1, let me share that story. I used to know him is dating. And the way alikuwa anaandika messages. Alikuwa anamwandikia poem. Naenda naambia boyfriend yangu.
So niandikiange.
Soma hii as in no.
Look at those other men are
doing. Indirectly, I didn't know. Sorry. Nita my friends. And I remember after nimeachwa, my friends were I had 2 best friends in campus. And so they were busy like wanani connect, wanapea mtu kanamba ili wanaona their friend ana mtu. Now they unajua wanakuelewa, wanakufeel, wanaona umekaa almost nagonga 1 year, mtaki mtu na uko very okay. So kwa zile za kileta mtu na sitaki. So one day mshiti yangu akaanza, unatakanga nini? Kila kitu. There is one famous singer alikuja mshiti yangu akaniambia umeacha huyu. Wewe you need change. What do you want? Nikakumbuka unaona ni 1 year past after nimeacha kuonyesha message. Kwambia mimi Mungu akainibariki. A man that resembles to character ya Kihoi. As in sio yeye juu yako na mtu mimi sijui aliachana. Sio yeye but mtu kaa hiyo. Mimi kama mtu na pia napenda mtu anaitwa Masharia. That was my thing. Napenda mtu anaitwa Masharia. Hiyo jina naweza penda sana. More to it, mimi nilikuwa nasema mimi nikapata mtu mwenyewe anasoma either Kingdom Seekers ama CFF. Una get na sijui those things are happening. So for me nimeanza na kusema nikaweza pata tu mtu similar because I could see how he loved God. Tungeenda kesha analala flat and he has a hunger for God. Because I wish our generation can love God. You know, a man who loves God will not find it hard to love you. No. So for me it was like I want a man. Please be humble. Be humble. So for me it was like a man who loves God, a man who is after God's own heart will not find it hard to love me. So I could say somebody closer to him. Ama jina Mashari. Nilijua anaitwa Mashari nikaacha kuomba. Nikasema nisipo Mashari basi. Do I get what to destroy somebody's relationship? Basi jui. So the moment anakuja kuni encourage, I'm like, God tu umetumia ile jina tu ule mse mwenye tu nilikuwa naomba kitu kama hiyo. A friend of ours, a mutual friend, happen kuwa na book lounge. And she's the reason why we met. Because innocently too akatufanya officials. Na mimi ndio nilikuwa assistant wake. So we met kwa hiyo book lounge at Rainbow and something just stood up. Something. Yaani hata saa zote tunapata tu tumestea unachofanya tu jamuona. Angalia neighbor. And I can say that was the beginning of everything.
Wow.
Me was feeling chemistry. Nikimkaribia nasikia tu kitu mzuri.
Bora huko unasema
That feeling. Alafu you know she's a secretary pale nyuma. So kinda guys wakipita hapo guys wa sasa my friends wa chache.
You they are love.
Wanatuchokoza like kile wanasema Koi
mbona uone.
Na sasa pande ile si uchangamke bana.
Sasa tushikanishe. Wow.
No, that time me I know, but sasa ni ile ka point as a man unakuwa ile unataka try to make a mistake and especially if you have ever maybe find yourself in a situation umefanya hivyo and then haiwake I guess kuna kuwa na ile pia kafia I don't want to make a mistake again so mimi niko hapo you know at that time and I'm there asking God for clues unaambia Mungu si unipe clues si yani just a signal you know yeah and I guess it's good sometimes to tell God our best couple we love that couple so much so alikuwa anasema for them madam atageambia Mungu kama ni yeye hiyo siku akwa amevalia na atavaa serious so I don't know and especially when you're walking with God because he knows what is best for you and I don't know why especially when you're at that point kuna kujaga counterfeit unapatanga sasa yes kuna yule the real one lakini kuna wengine like so if you're not careful if you don't pray me I thank God because that time when I was now struggling with doubt and all that and I'm there asking myself am I making the right move alafu sometimes somehow she was somehow alikuwa anatumika na Mungu acha nimshtaki hapa so ameona kiatu yangu inacheka unajua kuna vile kiatu inafika mahali inasikia ipumue inakuwa
lakini hiyo ilikuwa strings attached
sasa ndio anaweza tuambia lakini for me those were clues ameona kiatu iko na disaster ameenda she has gotten a shoe for me and in one of our meetups you know and he blessed you.
Ile unaona akindugu akipasta. Ile huruma sio huna feelings hata una.
Hata ukipata sister anakubless like
don't think there are any strings attached. I'm just feeling akiketu imeinama and you are like mia pale mbele unamfeel tu unaona just
hizo ndugu ametumikia Mungu.
And that's a challenge for us maybe. Maybe I can say something. Ladies we want something complete. Nataka nipate a full package. My dear hautapata. Mi ningesema look for a raw material. Work on it. Unatakanga ikae hivi kala, shape it. Osha, ngarisha mtu.
Unajua one thing I love about Maureen, you know she knows maybe what she wants in a man and I may not have it. Maybe kuna vya agetaka you know hama anakuwa na dress mimi unajua maybe sijakuwa nurtured especially ka me I've grown in a very humble background so mimi ile kaguna pata you learn just to treasure it ile mnaenda na bike yenye unataka ni kenye kiko you know so kama sasa hiyo time mimi hata ningeblessiwa na maybe kasuti kanini because my favorite kwanza kuna kingine ka brown alikuwa anakachukia
anavaa Monday sasa simekuja
mimi sasa kingine
sasa umengara umevaa heels jamaa mwenye anakukutia amevaa suti
sisi ndio tuko
amevaa ile koko
zanabia Mungu ampe bwana
I'm like my
na sometimes time
those are
nimetoka crusade
nimekuja ndani nitabia notebook kitabu ya kusoma azini
let me tell you something this is how she wanted me to dress so what she did ila ka pocket money kidogo anapewa na mzee ana save and one of the days she told me let's go somewhere you know somebody agetembea miguu you know of course apo ili kone karibu na KU but sasa kuna vile alikuwa anatembea ana walk ili asave hiyo ka 50 bob alisave hadi kafika some a good amount of saving alafu akanipeleka you know isiri tukaigina hapo okay unajua sasa mfuko ilikuwa imepiga soba sote sasa nikamwambia na sasa I hope kiria
uko sawa
Sasa aliniambia just chukua tu kenye unataka.
Wow.
A student. She's of course alikuwa that year she was about to finish. Sasa akaniambia chagua hii, chagua tukasaidiana and we got some very nice t-shirts, some very nice shirts, some very nice kaki. Hapo hata ndipo kaki. Sikuifikia as in kaki. Sasa as in hata mimi sikuwa ifikiria unaweza chukua pesa uende duka ununue. Mostly hata nguo mingi ilikuwa anunua ikuwa accidental. Unapata kitrao tu hapo zile. Kiatu kwa bili. They are good. Na kiatu sasa ikinama unapeleka food mara unabadilisha so as in
that was like
evil. Sasa mimi would encourage gentlemen tu wajipackage. Tu ni vizuri kujipackage vizuri. But for mine alinisaidia kujipackage. So actually tumefika mahali hata nikifika kinyozi. Sometimes I give her a call kama jana and anaongea na kinyozi. Yeye anataka inyolewe. And it's because I know kuna vile pia Mungu amemsaidia and it's good now to maximize on that so that she's also happy with how I do cheki. So for a man especially you may not be complete, you may not be like but when you are teachable your lady can also help you.
Exactly. As I was saying as he's saying if he has 98% of what you want and you are looking at the inner person. Unajua for me I needed somebody with a vision. For me I think mimi nilikuwa nimeona people with money. I could see cars but I could feel your character is wanting. For me I wanted somebody I didn't look at money. For me I was not after money. I wanted that inner thing. Yani wewe kama David, who are you?
Nice.
You get do you have a vision? Because for me that was my first question. Where are we going as a family? If you want me right now 5 years from now what are you telling me? So for me I felt kudress ndio shida lakini yako na 98 twende. Unaona it's something ladies tutafeel ajue kuvaa hiyo jamaa hata anamkanga meno sio ndio ununulie mouthwash.
Exactly.
Na si pesa mingi
amesema.
Hajui kunyoa tumpeleke kinyozi. As it is
like that.
Nasikia jamaa mwingine najua sister ako hapo anaomba naaminia Mungu alafu kijana mmoja alikuja shateke ilikuwa imeruka hivyo alafu time zile kwa refu hivyo na tuza kuna vile tu ati sister aliangalia jamaa akasema eroi kama saba kidhani sasa unajua kuna vile ambavyo many ladies miss out on the right person kwa sababu kuna vile ambavyo naangalia and kuna ile standard wewe uko nayo and you see most of the time the man you are looking for, the woman you are looking for exists in your mind. So sasa wewe ukimchukua hivyo you're able to work together. Kuna mambo mengine hata wa leo we are helping each other. And kuna ile it takes time. Maybe huwezi enda waambie mtu all of a sudden hivi but with the time kuna vile mnaambiana like today morning unajua nilikuwa nimemeka joke about some mtoto like if you are ever God is going to bless us with a kid maybe kuna vile mtasema and then nionyesha niko na inclination towards a certain gender. Sasa hiyo ananiambia kai na mimi singetaka
you have a gender alafu kose kuja you feel how to accept
you get so you see you it's a journey and mnaenda mki kuna zile fundamentals like you can't you go for a man kuna ile a man who is like chasing after ladies here there go play unajua sasa hiyo maybe you may have some reservations but kuna zingine maybe viatu yake yanavarianga ama hana kazi kama hana kazi me I can tell you there are interviews I used to go wakanikuwa atafuta job and we would sleep late tukirevise kama tunaenda kufanya nini we search about the company tunafanya all the possible questions tuna clam nini so then hata wakati tulianzia biashara there are times nimepata tender needs a lot of money and with a little service from what she earns she comes in this is what she have I get what I have and we combine na we get the job done so kuna vile ambavyo if you're looking for a financially stable man look for somebody who is not per se financially like it's good ukipata kama huyo.
Umebarikiwa.
But kama ako hard working na ako clear, this is a kind of business, you know.
Exactly. I think ladies tulifika mahali tuna feeling this is my money, our money. Yeah, for me that one, me I'll see. It doesn't help. Because pesa yako ni yangu. Yako ni why am I working hard? Unaona, it helps. Wacha ajue mimi naaningi 10,000 na wewe unaaningi 5,000. Tukiweka pamoja tuko na 15, tuna grow. Na tunaenda mahali penye it's better off rather than feeling nafaa kumficha. Let him know. Wacha ajue hata vitu tule tuia.
That goes also to the men. Usikuwe na ile kutaka kuimpress. Just be you. I guess one of the mistakes I've done, even in maybe like my past, sometimes ni hata kuwa kuna venye ungetaka maybe kupeleka mtu hoteli kubwa, sometimes hauna zile pesa na mtaenda pale, so inabidi sometimes she comes through, mna combine and all that, but you know, it's like bona tukuje hapa kama hauna hiyo release. So now now when we were starting with Maureen, I had learned my lessons. So kuna vile sasa tulianzia na kwenda mahali pengine hapo.
Kibandaski.
Nimengara. Nilipeleka hapa. Tunaingia but I was okay.
But I wanted her to love me for me. If that's the level nilikuwa. Unajua kama that time pia unajaribu kujimarket, kugrow nini.
Pale chini.
So yeah, tuenda pale. Right now nikitaka kumpeleka anywhere tunaweza tukaenda. But sasa that time I need to be real. She need to understand. Kama ni dowry tunapeleka, let her be clear, this is the much I can afford. Beyond this, that would be my desire, but sijafika hapo. Kama ni harusi, maybe you don't want that, but this is where I am, please. You know, if it's mnataka kuishi kusettle and all that, you know, mngetaka maybe kimahali smart, mzuri, but where do we start? And the man needs to be himself, and the lady needs to love the man for who they are.
Exactly, that's a challenge. I remember hata tungeenda hoteli aseme hana do liko na hii. Tutakula thani moja. Tulize ni waleta ngapi? Nakula. Nakwambia. Na tunakula. Tunaandika kwa kuna notes. The way he was selling masks, I used to respect. Hapo ndio nilirespect watu wa mask. He could sell and at least anajaribu anatengeneza 1,000. Ameachieve. I remember there are times, your time hana rent. Tunatafuta and you see it's because I knew this man ni sahi tu. Na nafikiria Rosita sahi tunasumbuka na rent. Because we started there and I was ready and I knew that this is just the beginning. So for a lady, hapo anasumbuka na rent, those are just material things. Look at the physical person.
Amazing. Wisdom, my friend.
But it's true. Yes. Hapo ndio tunapotea.
Kweli.
Unagonga 50 kwa kanisa.
I guess pia we need to appreciate how God walks with us, because you realize that God is a God of humble beginnings, and he will allow you guys to start from somewhere, so that he takes you through a journey, and then when you look back, you are like, wow. One of the things Mr. is how Maureen, because even at my lowest, she was there for me. Those times when I was feeling that, you know, I feel like giving up in life, you know, things are not doing well, and you know, there's a way you would feel, no, it's not working out. You feel down, like you feel, no, but she stood with me. She was there to encourage me. Sometimes she was there to ananipea ile pressure, you know, si jaribu hii, sifanye hii. Like she didn't give up on me, you know, and every step of the way, you know. So nikiwa huko down, she stood with me. So hata wakati nitainuka nifike na huko, as in, you know, she really paid a dear price. And you know, sometimes it's good to get a man who has it all together, but mostly they may not, quite a number of them may not really, I don't know how to put it, because it's not all of them, but a number of them, you may find they are like, they will tell you, mimi umenipata na gari, umenipata na nyumba, so huwezi nisumbua. Tafadhali ukisikia hauwezani, you know.
So here you are. Unasema leo ni 6 months exactly. What is it, what expectations did you have about marriage that were not met?
Mwadhani. What are these?
Number one, I'll start with my love language.
Yes.
And me, my love language is quality time. And number two, I love acts of service. If you want to show me you love me,
Acts of service.
my dear, just be there. When I'm washing, just be there. Show me you're wiping. You get. At times, just tell me you want to take out the laundry or you want to take the garbage out. That is me. I remember now being a firstborn. I'm used to telling my brothers. I remember at Nikihama, they were like, finally. At John, I used to tell them. They were like, nitaanza kuita Eric, Johnny, come, unyoshe sufuria hii. I want to feel. So for me, I think it was a transition. Number one, you're not giving authority, you're submitting. And number two, he may not be there for you to give you. I remember there is a time, let me give this story. And this one now we can pay character development. Me, I used to, now I'm my brothers, now I'm learning my boy. And he was like, tukifika, tunafanya 1, 2, 3. Tulikuwa tumetoka safari Nakuru. And we were coming very late. So me, I'm busy kwa gari namwambia tukifika, ufanye hivi, mimi nifanye hivi. Akaniambia, wait a minute. I think you're getting it all wrong. I was like, okay.
What is?
Yes. When you get to the house, you don't tell a man that I want you to do 1, 2, 3. You let him decide where to help. You're
I get the point.
Yes, as in you don't have to push at where utafanya hivi. Amka unifanyie hivi. As in you don't give orders.
It comes from here.
Yeah, let him feed. My wife leo amechoka. Your day before your reality hits, nilinuna. Lakini sasa afterwards, because say, okay, that's what I didn't know. Maybe another thing, maybe I think me in my mind I thought, ukiolewa, maybe kwa nyumba Monday to Friday, maybe utakuwa unaitishwa sex, it's all sex. Okay, that was my mind back then. So I was like,
unajua Rosita ni career.
I'm preparing this sweetheart. You know, it's Monday, but this is a friend. Manze, I thought there is more to that. There is more than that. As in, you didn't marry me that for that. There are times that mnaamka, you just feel like dancing. Mnasongesha, mnasikia, leo let's share the word. Leo let's tufanye hivi. And it becomes life. So this, so those are some of the things. Maybe I had expectations, but I wouldn't say they are not met because hata in his own way atajaribu kama chipping hapa na pale, but pia unapata you are learning so this is how I'm supposed to do.
Mostly is for men have ego. So I don't know, you may also have felt it wakati unasaidia mtu kazi alafu the following day jameno amemsaidia anakuja si ufagie. So the first time ulikuwa unaifanya from the heart, this time it's like mi hakuna kitu siwezi fanya kwa nyumba. So mostly nisiambiwe, like wacha nifike kwa nyumba mapema ni feed na sina unaweza msaidia 1 2 3. Kuna zile alikuwa apige pasi na ameziweka tu hapo ili akuja to have more time together, wacha nimsaidie. Lakini sasa when you are getting a call, hey hello, nini
nifanyange hivi nikikaa
so for a man, so those are things you learn also. Yes, of course sasa we don't justify the ego, but now ukijua most men are like that, you're able to handle a man in a wise way.
I think it's actually better when it comes from you. Because now you do it from the heart.
Yes. It's like also my responsibilities. I cannot just tell her, si uli parents, you fanya hivi. Even if she has the money, but what she does, she chips in hapa na pale. She wants to also become a blessing. Unaona? And at the end of the day, even if she does not work, mimi mwenyewe ndiye najua the back of my mind, rent lazima ilipwe. Like kuna kula and all those provision as a provider, I have to stand in my gap.
What expectations are not met for you?
Let me hear.
Sema, umeona amekuwa tense.
Nimetaka kusikia Ngani
be careful what you say.
It can be used against me.
In the court of marriage.
Guy, hot seat. My goodness. I hope wapenzi watazamaji waniombea.
So your point scare.
Mwadhani. Okay. My expectations.
Yeah.
Okay. You realize that sex is not every day. That is what every man would want. Every man. Oh God, if wishes were horses.
Really?
But now you realize kuna days maybe mtapata. Yeah, kuna stress, mechoka. Maybe, you know, pia kuna zile masiku zenyu. And all that.
Kuna siku Mungu alisema hizi ni zao.
So maybe you thought your kitu you know, and you realize, okay, so I have to maybe adjust. And Rosita, I'm sorry because I'm
no, it's good she knows. Unajua what to do, like we are like jikaze nikiingia mahali pale bwana. Sasa ukiona hiyo you're like sometimes hata kuna stress. When you are trying to say that I come up, I add up.
Sasa another thing nilikuwa nimesikia kuna vile mpaka watu wananyamazianaga. You know, mnakaa siku 3 wiki moja hamjaongea. You know, so I used to have that fear. Alafu mkienda kunyamaziana hata masaa 2-3 unasema kai ama ni ile kitu imekuja. Hii ni ile season, you know. But one thing I've realized, tunamisiananga tu. Maybe tumeachana tumekasirikiana hivyo na ameenda saa 3 hivyo nasikia ka message ama kasimu ama hata wewe tu unasikia na you know sometimes kuna joke umeona and unatafuta mtu unasikia hii tugeshare, you know. Sasa ukienda kushare nakumbuka so through that you have been able to overcome that. Alafu I realized for like Maureen, when you accept your mistake, when you say I'm sorry, hapa nimeona hapa I guess mimi nilikuwa nimekosea, yeye anaonaga yake. Unasikia hata anakuambia wewe hapana hata ni mimi, you know. So I've learned how, you know, I guess you study the person. Don't build your marriage when you sikia watu wengine wa rebuild, you know. Maybe kuna anamwambia atakwambia kaa ngumu no kaa ngumu, you know. Yeah. But when you bring Christ into the picture, you know, the Bible says that love your wife as Christ loved the church. So that is to say, you'll have to ask yourself, if I was Christ, how would I handle Maureen? Like, what would Christ do in my position?
Exactly.
So Christ sometimes will own up a blame, even if anajua si amekosea. At least unajua kutafuta penye umekosea, and then you're able to apologize. And you realize through doing that, you also set a good example for her. And she's also able to accept. And through that apata, kuna vile navigate.
Amazing.
Yeah.
History inanibamba. Nasikia tutaendelea forever, but let me ask you one more question before tumalize. Here you are, you're a young couple. Of course you have goals, you have visions as a family, but I would want you to talk to our audience, people who are watching. They're probably single or dating or engaged and planning their wedding. What is the one advice you would have given to your single self? You're getting the question?
Yeah.
Yes. What would you have told yourself when you were single that you can tell right now? Does that make sense?
Wow. I'm trying to make it make sense.
Like right now you're married, what would you have told your younger single self?
Wow. What would I have told my younger single self?
Yes.
Back then,
Yes.
Just as I said, build yourself. Make yourself. Go there. Do it. Make yourself proud. And this man will find you complete.
Nice.
And then you will complement each other. Another thing maybe I can say, don't marry a lover. Marry a friend.
Oh.
So if you're looking for somebody to marry a friend.
She's at it again.
Oh, glory to God, but marry a friend. For me, I can tell you at times love doesn't make sense. I remember there are times you go to work, you have pressure. You don't want somebody to tell you, my love. You want a friend, somebody you can go confide in, somebody you can share your nakedness with, and you know they will not go out there and speak out. Don't marry you know, when you marry a husband or a lover, wakati your love imeisha, unajua nikimarry a friend, it is evident nitasubmit. Na it's evident atanipenda juu ni rafiki yake, anapenda rafiki yake. But wakati amependa wife, yeye anajua tu lazima nifanye nini, ni provide for my wife, lazima, yani you just feel you have the responsibility as a husband, but marry a friend. So first choose to, me I would advise, I'll say for you a young lady, a young man, just first focus on making this person your friend. Before I dated him, we stayed for 6 months in a relation, in a friends, mabeshe tu, sis bro, baada ya kumwambia na miss kuitwa sis. After that, unaona mnagonga 2 years. Nikijua ubeshte yangu as in ananipenda unconditionally. Unapokuwa na best friend unasema ni BFF. Huyu sasa BFF wangu ananipenda unconditionally, ama ni ule mwenye nikifanya hii hanipendi. So ukiinvest in that, hata kumpenda itakuwa natural. So me I think I'll say that.
Nice. Mr. David, try wisdom.
Young David.
Yes.
It's important to understand there are normally seasons. And every season is to be enjoyed.
Yes.
Because when you are single, I've come to realize that most singles are looking forward to marriage.
Yes.
And then those who are married are now you have to enjoy every season. Even if you are 40 years and you are still single.
Enjoy it.
Please enjoy to the fullest. Exactly. Actually, be an example. Like make married people envy you. Hey, you should be single.
Exactly.
Treat yourself. Go outings, you know. Like chase after the purpose of God for your life. You know, and serve God with excellence.
Exactly.
And you know that, like use that singlehood for even solitude. Right now nikitaka ati nienda home afu nikae tu hivyo bila ku nini, I can't. Utambata tu hapo and you just
you just have to be there.
But you know, when you are single, like there's just a way. Ukienda ulale ukitaka kufanya, you know. Now like there are days ningetaka kwenda mission. Wiki mzima naenda. The other day sasa jamaa nipigia kaambia kwa na mission and I'm wondering what? Now where do I start? You get it? There are a lot of logistics. Like you have to sit down because like us we plan the month as it is beginning. So kama tukua najua April we have a meet up with Rosita. So hata kitu kingine getokea atuge nini, you get it? So that is it. So uwezi make a decision ukiwa peke yako. So me I would advise my younger self like enjoy your single days. Na usikue like ni kama una miss a certain happiness kwa sababu ati you're not married. Don't even envy those who are married. Just be happy with you. Because now right now the decision I'm making it is to be happy in my marriage. Na kufanya saa kina Rosita ambao kwa hivyo waadmire wasikie, you get it? But if I was not like in this, I would make sure I enjoy. And of course you need to realize that getting a marriage partner is not a destination.
That's the problem.
That is, it's part of the journey. Ni kama unaelekea Nakuru, alafu unafanya Kastova Kikope, unakula nyamchom, then unaendelea safari. So the focus is your purpose. Where you're going. Like, you know, the mandate of your life. Where are you born? And Maureen coming in my life, it is to, she's a partner. She's there now to boost, to give you the much needed boost. So kama nilikuwa najiombea nikiwa peke yangu, sasa we are two of us, we are praying towards that. Yeah, we're able to find the two of us, we're able to, you know, I'm not relying on just my own. Like for her, she's very wise. There are things like I'll just have to consult her because najua her thoughts zitakuwa tu kuna vile tu. And that's why sometimes ni wale watu ambao ungetaka kusikia venye angesema kabla yote yako. Usirete yako alafu kia anasema unasikia by the way most men tunajuaga unasikia ai like my wife ni kama ana make more sense baza juu ya ego utaki kuadmit hivyo, so you'd rather hear what she's saying first alafu mwambie let me think about it Yeah, alafu sasa unaongeza tu vitu mbili yako tatu. Lazima ukae. Anyway, yeah.
Okay. Such amazing advice. Ata mimi, you know, I'm still single, so you're advising me. And I love listening to couples. For some reason, I just love it. And my favorite episodes is when I hear such love stories, you know, successful love stories. And seeing the far you've come, it gives me hope, even as a single person. And kuna mtu mwingine maybe alikuwa amekunywa rachat kama Maureen. Kuna amepata nguvu. Ama
anaenda kujinyonga, please. Don't.
Guys, kama agenda.
Ungekuwa wapi? Imagine. So your story has been very inspirational. Na nimeshukuru sana. So nasikia nataka kuuliza swali lingine ya mwisho. Feel free, we are here. We are here.
Okay. Please go ahead.
If you were to see yourself, of course you're a family, 10 years from now, what is it that you envision for yourself?
Wow. What do you envision for us?
Personally for me, okay, I'm into much of what I do is helping people to maximize their potential.
Yes.
Yeah, and there are so many ways of doing that. So purely that's my calling. My calling is to help people. That's why I do branding. So branding is one of the ways of you know, communicating your calling, communicate who you are, communicate your purpose and all that. So I'm involved in the journey of helping people discover themselves, you know, and go there and you know, do things to impact the community and to advance the kingdom of God. Yeah. So for me, I see myself as a successful you know, coach and trainer who is helping so many people discover themselves, brand themselves, and go there and change the world. Yeah, I know that I'll be a much sought after speaker. You know, I know that I will help shape, you know, so many companies, so many organizations. I will shape the body of Christ, the nation and all that in so many ways. And I believe that God is continually helping us in that journey. Yeah.
Wow. For me, I will also say that it lies with him. But for me, as you're saying that you have a hunger for the young couple, you just love them. For me, I love seeing relationships and marriages work. And I'm praying that God, unajua, in 6 years kuna mtu akona 40 years who is watching us in marriage. In her experience, she feels marriage is a no-go zone. And then I feel I wish my daughters cannot get married. But I feel if somebody can tell them, just push harder, because I know that for me, I just feel in 10 years from now, I want to God to use me, because he says that we are the salt of the earth. And I believe that he may use me to season the earth, in that to season those marriages, those relationships, that young man, that young lady that is losing hope, that is losing all, and we help them. But by the way, I believe that our experiences has helped us a lot to help somebody. Mtu ataki niambie niliachwa, I'm like endo kule nyama jipende, because I believe
tunaambia tembea
tuna watch movies,
you know,
huyo mtu anakaa kwa hivyo niko mzuri hivi, nifanye makeup, niko beautiful, because I know I once suffered from that, and
so she's able to relate to the pain.
Exactly, I'm able to relate, and I can say that I believe by the grace of God and by his help, of course, that he will use us, this marriage, to be a blessing to somebody else. That's our prayer.
Amazing. I've asked you that question so that in 10 years time, by the grace of God, you will come and watch this video and remember what you said.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow. It's on record.
It's on record, I tell you. Wow.
There's a witness.
There's a witness who's watching us.
Yes.
And even our viewers, you can help us into that. Just pray for us.
Yeah.
We believe we are going there.
Amen. And you will get there.
Amen.
I feel so blessed. Thank you so much for sharing your story, even for giving me your time. I know you have a busy day today. And just to conclude, please share the social media platforms for your businesses.
Okay.
Yes, you're free to do that.
Okay. You can go to Maureen Ventures in Facebook, and Maureen Ventures is doing quite a number of things. Yeah, number one, we are involved in corporate branding. We also do corporate training. We also do the team buildings and all that. Yeah, and also my wife is doing much of hiring gowns, importing gowns, and also there are some nice bags that she's supplying to you. So kindly like and follow what you are doing.
Yes.
Thank you.
And buy from them and give them tenders.
Wow.
By the way, you're the one who designs my branding stuff.
Thank God.
Yeah. So thank you so much. I appreciate your time, and I'm excited that I got to hear your story firsthand and publicly for the first time.
Sure. Yeah.
Asanteni sana.
Rosita, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
And we wish you nothing but the best.
Asante.
Continue doing your thing. You're an inspiration. Actually, sisi ni mafano wako.
And to subscribe to that channel.
Yeah, please guys, she's a young lady.
Yeah.
And we like, ametuambia even the cameras and all that, alizinunua na pesa yenye ambayo alipata during her graduation.
Imagine.
That is quite inspiration. We should do an interview.
I'm expecting on God to bless me that job.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's doing a great job. So guys, let's support Rosita.
We subscribe.
Let's
Subscribe.
what my wife is saying.
Wow.
Anyway, we subscribe.
Wow. Subscribe. We get at least 500K.
I want to hear him say
You say it.
Subscribe.
Like for real?
Guys, it's okay.
Nimetoka hapa Lemuru so.
Asante sana.
Thank you so much.
So our audience, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I totally had a lot of fun listening to this couple. My jaws hurt from all the laughing,
Thank God.
So make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I'll see you on the next episode. Until next time.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye guys.
Bye guys. Yeah.